Al-Rayyan Bank is a Sharia compliant bank, and that means that our banking products are compliant with Islam and the teachings of Islam. So there is an Islamic financial model, which means that we do not pay or we do not receive interest on any of the products that we offer. We are an ethical bank in such that we're very transparent. We don't engage in any speculative banking transactions like conventional banks would. We don't do any derivatives, any futures, any swaps, any auctions, or anything like that. We invest our customers' money, deposits, in asset-backed transactions and also in commodities such as non-precious metals. We don't invest in any arms related, any pornography related. We don't invest in any gambling, any tobacco or any alcohol related activities, and we do not invest in any interest bearing activities as well. So this is fundamentally different to the way that conventional banks actually operate. If you go back to 2008 when we saw the world banking crisis, those banks that base their work on Islamic financial models fared far better than conventional banks. What happened in 2008 and 2009 is that people personally, individually, reviewed how they do their banking. And a lot of people, not all, but enough people became tired with conventional banks.
In those times, I remember a lot of non-Muslim customers leaving the bank, the branch, NatWest branch of Barclays, and directly coming to us saying, we've been to this bank for so long, but we're looking for alternatives now. Tell us how you do it.
We appeal to both the Muslim market and the non-Muslim market. We appeal to Muslims because we are Sharia compliant. We appeal to non-Muslims partly because we're ethical, which has been a big growth within the UK and across Europe, but also we appeal to non-Muslims because we're extremely competitive. 70% of customers that came to us last year via our online channels were non-Muslims.
We've got about, say, 10% approximately non-Muslim customer. The rest of them are like 70% Arabic customers, and the rest of them are like just local customers.
Everybody who works for us obviously has an understanding of the principles of Sharia compliant finance and of the ethics of the bank, but they could have any background, faith or none at all.
We have 2 additional levels of supervision over and above all other British banks within the UK. So we have the standard audit, risk, compliance, control functions, and we also have a Sharia Supervisory Committee, which is made up of eminent Sharia scholars, and it's their role to ensure that what we do is Sharia compliant.
My role as a Sharia advisor to many financial institutions, whether national or international, is to vet the terms and conditions and examine the fairness between customer and supplier, and that if it does not contravene with any red line set by Sharia. The spirit of Sharia for the finance is very, very simple and human universal value, that there should not be any duping, there should not be any unfair treatment between customer and the supplier. So the transparency, fairness and absence of any unfair terms and conditions is there. And according to divine instruction, the interest is regarded as an unfair treatment between the parties. So without interest, there are other human ways of doing business which equally sharing profit and loss rather than shifting the risk from one party to another. So Islamic finance is like more to do with humane, spreading the risk, sharing the risk and reward, and being fair and transparent.
We don't actually work with the interest, we work in a partnership. So when you invest money with us, we become partners, we offer our expertise, and then the customer invests their money, so we share a profit with the customer. For instance, you deposit funds with us, long-term savings account, 10,000, 20,000 pounds, we'll give you indicative rate saying we're going to offer you 1.2%, 1.4% profit rate as a profit rate, indicative rate. So we don't guarantee that profit.
Sharia law is like democratic law, that if pragmatists win the mind and hearts of the consumer, they prevail. And those who are literalists and they think in an exotic and romantic way of Sharia somewhere in the sky, they are always marginalized, and that's the case in Islamic finance. The Islamic financial institution really, they cannot compete with the mainstream financial institution. Firstly, economies of scale. Second, the cost of funding. Third is really the regulation and the ethics governing differently. So they are not competing and replacing the normal finance. They are just providing for a niche population, for niche services. Sometimes that's why the cost of Islamic finance is little bit 10 to 15% higher than the conventional finance. So those who put more value on compliance of Sharia, they are prepared to bear those costs.
The bank is not a religious bank. We're not a religious institution. All banks follow rules. The rules we follow are those laid down by the PRA and the FCA, and also the Sharia scholars, the Sharia compliant committee. They also lay guidelines and rules down, and we follow those as well in the same way. It doesn't make us a religious organisation.
We have no quarrel with the conventional finance. We say every community and every culture lives according to their own lifestyle, and Muslims are entitled to have their own lifestyle. And there should not be a hegemonistic culture, one for all. There is no system which fits all humanity at one go.